Hi, I'm John Solari, your host of The Method Actor Speaks. We're missing Gigi. She's calmed down by now. But today I'm here with an observer and very talented with the Actor Studios. I guess will soon be a member, I would imagine and hope. And just tell the audience your name.
Yes, I'm Ariane Von Kamp.
That's an interesting name, as I said before. Now, you're from New York, and you want to tell the folks where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Chappaqua, New York originally, and I lived in Manhattan for a while. And while I was living in Manhattan, I was accepted into the MFA program at the Actor Studio when they were at the New School for Social Research.
I remember when they started that, and we were talking easier that you're in the land of Clinton now, and you were talking about how everything changed around there with the Secret Service. And
yeah, the Clintons moved in around 92,
yeah.
and the level of security went up, I think, 3,000 or 4,000%.
As I said before, the crime went down. But enough of the Clintons, as we said. What I really like to know is why you became an actor. And
oh, gosh, I mean, I think I always had it in me, in my blood, I think.
really?
Yeah. I remember when I was 13, and we had Alan Arkin lives in our town, and he came to talk to...
Actually, he's a member of the studio, you know. He's a
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He came to talk to our class, and I was a really shy, awkward, I had braces and brown curly hair and freckles, and I had no sense of fashion.
Well, you have it
and
now.
I wasn't in the cool clique or anything. And he came to talk to our class about acting and the profession of acting, and that it's a noble profession. And he said, "Who here wants to be an actor?" And I think I was the only person that stood up.
Really?
I think that was like the biggest act of defiance that I ever, in high school. I was really like a wallflower. So I stood up when no one else stood up. So he was really encouraging and told me to just go for it.
And obviously you did, and when you moved to New York, now New York actors, well, I'm a New York actor myself, it's a different breed of actors in New York than out here. Do you find that?
Absolutely.
The mentality?
Absolutely. And I was just discussing this yesterday. I'm taking a workshop with Wendy Gerard of the Actor Studio.
She's going to be coming on the show soon.
Oh, great. She's a wonderful moderator. And so we were discussing that last night about how in New York it's more collaborative and people are more open and receptive to focusing on the work, and they're really dedicated to the work. In LA it seems more, it's all product. It's like, so it's not a bad thing, it's just different.
Well, with the work it is, I find most of the talent that you see today is coming from Europe, you know, like England and all of that. And I'm going to take this while we're close. It might be our guest, and this way we don't stop. And we're getting a phone call from, I hope it's you. Is it you?
Dawn?
Yes, are you at the gate?
I'm at the gate.
I'm letting you in. And we're going to keep talking because I'm going to let her in.
Okay.
And just keep, what I really would like you to talk about is what it's like at the studio in New York and here while I go get our other guests.
Sure. Well, when I was in New York, it was a really exciting time. Harvey Keitel moderated some sessions, Arthur Penn as well, and Estelle Parsons. And it was a really exciting time for me to be a part of observing the process, the work process, and the level of concentration that the actors went in and brought was really fabulous. I had the pleasure of meeting Elia Kazan before he passed away, and that was amazing to meet him during there was a staged reading. And my teacher's Elizabeth Kemp was fabulous, and I worked with her in New York So it was a magical time there. Here, I'm auditioning for the studio out here. It's very different, but Martin Landau is wonderful, and I think they're coming. I look forward to working with him. And there's another guest.
Did you get it all in?
I think so. A little bit.
Well, this is what the show is about. It's so real and unscripted. And Angela Nicholson, who's a member of the studio, I had to run down there and get her. This is going to be great. You're going to love this. And she's going to come on too as soon as we talk. But now, you're studying with Wendy, and are you up to take the preliminary?
Yeah, I'm auditioning. I've actually had 4 different scenes that I presented. So
Oh, great.
now I'm working on a new material with a new scene partner.
Do you have an agent or
I do.
who is it?
I have Shirley Wilson
Okay, so
and
we-
Associates out here in LA. In New York, I was with Fifi Asgard and Dorothy Palmer. So and about New York, it seemed like it was much
New
easier
York,
to.
Dorothy Palmer.
Yeah.
She's still around.
Well, this was a while ago.
Oh, that she was on 57th Street, wasn't
Yeah.
I remember her from the 70s.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm talking. If it's the same one, it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, on 57th Street.
this was
there.
in the
In the Fiske
2000.
building.
Yeah.
Right.
So she was my first agent.
Oh, great.
And Fifi Asgard also, for literary. So I also write.
You write, which is great.
Yeah, but a lot about the work that I did with Elizabeth Kemp when I was in the MFA program was really nurturing to develop my writing. So I think my writing is unique in that all of my writing stems from the method and the process of.
Well, you know.
And I don't think a lot of writers work that way.
No.
I mean, in LA, at least.
Elizabeth Kemp and Shelley Winters are the 2 people who gave me the greatest advice as actors. Shelley Winters, I was doing a scene for her in Actors Studio, and she told me, "Sit down, John, you're acting." And Elizabeth Kemp, I was doing in New York, I was doing a donut shop. And Elizabeth, I asked her, I remember she was sitting up there, I could see her right now. And she was sitting up there, and afterwards she came, she says, "I didn't believe you saw the woman." Wow, great, because I didn't. You know, one of the things that I've always liked about this studio, people, what's her name? Oh God, it'll come to me when I think about it. I'm not there to be rewarded for my work. I want to know what doesn't work, and that is rare today when you find.
Someone to be honest.
Be honest with you. You need that. I mean, the things that I can do, fine. I mean, that feels good. And it doesn't feel good to hear that you didn't see the girl. But the truth is the truth. And as an actor, if you can't go with that.
To convey what it is you
Yes.
need to convey.
Oh, there's Gigi's back. Hello, Gigi.
But I was, one time when I was observing in New York, Harvey Keitel was moderating, and he started talking about his work with Jane Champion.
Right,
And there's a scene where he has to be nude in the back. And he was talking about whether or not it's okay to take a part if there's nudity in it.
Right.
And that was, I thought, what he said was really clear about if it's important for that scene, important for that character.
If it makes sense, why not?
Then, if it's vital for the movement.
That's interesting you say that because.
It's not just nakedness for nakedness.
Yeah.
It has a purpose.
Well, even nakedness for being naked has a purpose. It really does. If you
True,
think about
but
it. I know you're looking at me like, what does he mean by that? But I mean, naked for being naked is someone is watching that and they're enjoying that. So there is a purpose, whether it makes you comfortable or not. But I'm a firm believer that actors should learn to be naked in their brain. And if you could be naked in your brain, it's like I was telling people, porn stars, porn actresses would make really talented actors if they learned how to act, because they have no fear.
that's true.
They have, they're already naked physically.
Yeah.
No. And you look at like, how do people do that? But if you're willing to go there, I used to have a lot of my students when I was teaching. We used to work on David Mamet because it's very explicit.
Brilliant.
And explicit. I remember Shelley Winters saying about his writing. There's a lot of vulgarity, but sometimes there are no words for feeling in this and that. And now that we have Angela, she's getting put on a wonderful wardrobe, and she'll be coming here and having coffee. I'm going to say thank you, and then we're going to stop this, and then we're going to talk to her, and then we're going to put both of these together.
Great.
Because this is Actor's Studio, and it's really going to be great. And so thank you for coming on. No, and thank you.
See you soon.
And again, your agent is, don't get up.
Shirley Wilson and Associates.
Okay, and they're in L.A.?
She's in Los Angeles, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And don't get up.